There we go. Let me pause this music. What is up, guys?
Good morning, good night, and good afternoon. What it do, people? What's going on, man? Hey, first of all, I want to say congratulations to Chicago Huntsmen. You heard?
For real, man. Dominant performance.
Got the back to back.
Congratulations to them, dude. Did you watch the Paris Legion Huntsman game?
Yeah.
Bro, Scompy, dude. Scompy. Oh my god. Man, drop the merciless on him in S&D.
Paris did pretty good, though.
Paris did pretty
They were
good.
gonna do good.
Yeah, Paris is a decent team, man. But there's still a lot Paris has to do, you know, to get to that top one seed. Yeah, that Arcity's turn on in Petrograd, bro.
Yeah, it's just fucking nasty, ain't it?
That shit was crazy.
In the kitchen?
Yeah.
Go dance the pool like a fucking stripper on. Motherfucker. You jump up in the fucking hole and fucking went on.
And it was over. Bro, formal snipes look good this weekend too. Arcity sniped. You notice?
Can you minimize that page so that people can see a little bit better?
What, the CDL page? It's just the results that I have. But all you're gonna see is my background. That's why I have that up. Mike's hella low. As in Mike, the person, or as in
Discord,
me?
in Discord.
Hold up. Yeah, his Mike. Mike's Mike. Alright, I got you.
Damn. Yeah, dude, man.
That should be better.
That motherfucker about to start sneezing.
That should be way better, brother. But this page right here is all the results of CDL. Let's go through them real quick. CDL London results February 8th. So this was Saturday. This was day one results. Paris lost 1-3 to the Subliners. That was kind of surprising that the Subliners came out and 3-1 them like that, to be honest with you. Subliners, they had some...
They won because accuracy went off.
They had some... That's what I was about to say. They had some moments this weekend, but, like, every time they would have a moment, it was because of accuracy. Like, that was the...
Just by himself. They would not work with him.
Yeah. It's kind of reminded me of Splice last year, how Temp was with accuracy, how he wouldn't work with him.
Yeah, yep. I already predicted that one.
Yep. Dallas Empire 3-0'd.
Playing better than Temp.
Yeah, accuracy's playing way better than Temp. Temp's playing like shit. Dallas 3-0 the Seattle Surge. I'm really not surprised by that, to be honest with you. Seattle has abysmal Surge performances. I feel like a lot of the amateur teams could beat Seattle right now. They need to do what Hunter Thieves did last year. Go play wagers, learn the maps, learn strategies, all that kind of stuff. Because Hunter Thieves last year was terrible at search. They started doing that, and then they started winning. And then they started winning chips. And then they started getting to finals. Huntsman 3-0'd Gorillas. And I believe one of the matches was close, but it wasn't as... Like, the scoreboard showed it was close, but it wasn't as close as the scoreboard showed, you know? The Huntsmen kind of let them back in there and played with them a little bit. They were, the Huntsmen were Big chillin', to be
If
honest
we
with
go
you.
all the way, yeah, I don't think so, man. Your face come up in there and fuck
Well,
move on them.
FaZe and Atlanta will probably play each other next week, bro. Or not next week, but next event, week after next. Yeah. It'll be super interesting. I'm just pulling up some stuff I have on my phone here. For when we get down to the Dallas Empire Chicago maps. Next one was the Royal Ravens in Toronto. The Royal Ravens 3-1 Toronto on opening day. Yeah, we're going to talk about that in a little bit, Frag. We'll talk about that pretty soon. That's what we're going to talk about after the event stuff. London, I'm not surprised they 3-1 Toronto. Toronto's looking pretty bad, to be honest with you. My man Mike over here blowing his nose on stream.
Keep muting every time I do it, but I forget sometimes, man. So.
Here we go with Dallas Empire getting one map compared to Chicago's 3. This was bad. Like it was close on the search. I'll give them that. The 3-1 Chicago. It went map 11, or it went round 11, not map 11. That being said, it wasn't really as close as it was kind of like the other one, you know. It wasn't as close as it really was. It had makings to be a good match. Never Fear Tuna's here. Welcome to it. We're just kind of talking about the Call of Duty event that went on last week right now. Let's see. Here we go. In that match, on Dallas Empire getting 1-3 by Chicago, we gotta focus on the rookies, man. Illy and Botsy. Everybody in the chat was calling him Botsy because he was just getting shit on, man. Like, he was getting destroyed. Shotzi, he was a former Halo player. Like, he was getting destroyed in the London crowd. Like, the London crowd never holds back. They were literally saying, go back to Halo. Like, it was crazy. They played St. Petrogard in, I believe, Domination. Pretty sure it was St. Petrogard Domination.
I'm still sneaking over here. I'm having an attack by myself over here. Getting smacked.
They played St. Petrogard Domination, I'm pretty sure. Illy was 2 kills off, or 2 deaths, not kills. 2 deaths off being double negative. You can't have that in Domination. That's just... That you can't go double negative in Domination and expect to do anything. The Search and Destroy that went round 11, Botsy, that's what I'm going to start calling him now, it's Botsy, went 2-9. He went 2-9 in 11 rounds on S&D. Like, what the hell?
Just making no nose.
After that match, we had the Subliners versus the Ravens. It went map 5. And the Ravens came out on top.
You know what Botsy smells like?
What?
Tommy.
Yep. Smells like Tommy's coming soon.
Yes, sir. Gonna fuck them. I gotta teach them how to do it.
Alright.
Motherfuckers. Hey, I got a question real quick. Hey, how do you feel about Spencer telling everybody on Twitter, hey, I'm gonna play in the main stage, and then went up there and it was for a 2v2 fucking special edition type.
Hey, he played on the main stage though.
Yeah,
Yeah, he played on the main stage.
3 hours before that shit, and then he was supposed to be like a sub or something, but it never even happened.
All right, so we're getting into Sunday now.
I woke
February.
up like, damn, he actually played. I looked it up, and I was like,
it was a time waster thing. Yeah.
No.
Let's see. Here we go. Los Angeles Guerrillas get beat 2-3 by Seattle. That's Seattle's first win. Los Angeles Guerrillas have 0 points still on the board. They joined the likes of Optic with 0 points. You know.
LA.
Yep.
They want to leave everybody behind. All right, go ahead. They
Um,
left you behind.
Seattle looked pretty decent in that on respawns. Paris Legion 3-1 Toronto. I mean, that was kind of expected. Toronto's not good at search. Karma's got to teach them boys how to get better, man. They got a 3-time on their team. They got the 3-time on their team, and they can't. I don't know if it's communication or what. Then Paris Legion.
He straight up said yesterday in an interview that he looked at the camera and said, "We're ass in search."
I know.
I don't know.
And that's what he was talking about Dallas, too. He was like, we almost beat Dallas in search, so...
we suck.
And we suck at search, so yeah. Paris Legion 3-0'd... Alright, so this is a rematch from day one. Paris Legion 3-0'd New York this time instead of New York 3-1 in them. I'm honestly not surprised. Paris, they came out, that was first match on Saturday, so jet lag could have been a factor, you know, who knows. Anyway, New York went back to being shitters again. I'm not surprised at all. Seattle Surge got one map versus Dallas. There's really nothing to talk about there. Dallas came out, dominated, and did their jobs, you know.
Yeah.
Semi-final round 1. Here we go. Chicago Huntsmen versus Paris. This was a really good game. Chicago's known to be a good respawn team, man, and Paris took 2 respawns off of them. Paris is known to be a good search team, and Chicago took both searches off of them. So it's kind of weird. It's kind of reverse of how it should have been. Chicago would not have won without Scump going off in the last search. I think it was a 1v4 or 2v4 at one point, and Scump got all 4 of them. Scump dropped 10 in a row, or 11 in a row. He got a merciless, I know. And then the Paris kind of just choked it. They should have got bombed down. They played on Arklov. Something I want to talk about real quick with Huntsman too. On Arklov, instead of formal sniping, Arcity snipes, and Arcity's that map against Paris was getting shut down. He's getting shut down by Dallas as well. He did better against Paris. I think he had 2 positive, like not a 2.0, but 2 kills higher than his deaths against Paris. Then we get into the Ravens versus Dallas, 2-3.
Wolfskin did amazing.
That London team's gonna be a force to be reckoned with. I think a couple more events, they're gonna be up there getting chips.
If Scraps would have been more productive, how he usually is, they would have fucking had a bigger chance. But Wolfskin was doing the best he could. That motherfucker early miss. He got hit markers out of the ass though.
Yeah. And then we get into the final. Chicago Huntsman 3-0 Dallas. That's 3 times Chicago has beaten Dallas this year in 2 events. I don't know.
They lost yet?
Chicago's not lost yet. They haven't played FaZe. They should play FaZe next event, hopefully, if everything goes right. Huntsman, it was pretty close. Every time they play Dallas in search, it's pretty close. It went to round 11 both times, I'm pretty sure.
Hey, D Savo, what they do, baby
What's
boy?
up, Savo? I'm pretty sure it went round 11 both times they played this weekend. Domination, dude, Envoy, oh my god, that man. Not just even domination, like everything. He was going off this weekend. He was having a championship performance this weekend. He was having a simp-like performance this weekend.
They're pretty good. I
He,
like
he wasn't
Boy.
he wasn't missing.
I liked him when he played with Gen G. He did pretty good every time.
Yeah.
That's a nice pickup from them.
Like MVP of this weekend, like it's hard between Scump or Envoy. Like it's
So they didn't.
they didn't give trophies. Like they're like if they're gonna have these tournaments, they have to have trophies. All right, before we get into this, before we get into the trophy thing, let's get into the fact of they got kicked out of the event. They didn't even if they had a trophy, they didn't have time to present it because they did that shit with censor with the 2v2s and stuff and didn't account for the matches going long, and it cost them time that they could have had to analyze the last match, you know? Like, usually after the game's over, they're like, yeah, well, see you next time and this and that, and advertising for Atlanta. This time, they didn't have time. Like, what's her name? Frankie, the chick that was interviewing was like, I have Scump here, but I don't have a lot of time. We're literally getting kicked out of the event right now. Like, why? Like, I know the venue has a hard cutoff time, but why would you know the matches are going long. Like, you had map 5 on Sunday. Let's see, you had map 5 first match, you had map 4 second match, a quick 3-0 on third, 4 map, 5 map, 5 map, 3-0. I mean, CWL last year, man, they accounted for it being long. And if the stream ended early, that was fine. But they accounted for the matches being long. And I just don't see... Like, there's a lot of stuff they have to work on. But trophy-wise, Hex said that he was supposed to buy him a trophy because they didn't even get presented a trophy, man. Let me go on Twitter real quick. Talked to Maven a little bit. You saw the tweets. I don't know if everybody else did though. We have some new viewers and stuff that are just getting into this. Let me go down here and find them. I don't even remember what day it was that he retweeted. Basically, I was asking Maven why the stuff hasn't, like the HUD, I was asking him why it hasn't changed. And here it is right here. I said, why did they still decide to show kill streaks instead of perk or gun attachments or KD? Like, this HUD is hard to look at. He said it's being updated. It's just one of those things that has to be pushed with a title update, to my knowledge. So it couldn't be changed before the event because the title update is tomorrow. The title update's actually tomorrow, so.
Well, they did a mid fucking tournament update. They were showing their KDs and stuff like that.
Yeah, they were showing their KDs a lot more this time because everybody was pissed off last time because they didn't show them.
Yeah.
But like there was talks. Like I watched Hardpoints. Shout out to Teepin, Maven, and Crowder and Merc. I watched Hardpoints and they were talking about the HUD and how people hated it. And I'm one of those people that hate it. Like the HUD is so bad. They gotta change some stuff on that. Like we don't even know what perks they're running. Like when they spawn in, it shows the perks, but it only shows one of them. We don't know what attachments there's on their guns. Like last year, we knew all that. We knew the perks. We knew the attachments. We knew down to like everything.
Their damage that they made.
Yeah, we knew the damage. We knew damn what color boxers they were wearing last year on that HUD, pretty much.
So this year, they put their profile pictures on there.
I don't even mind the profile picture. Like, if you're going to have the profile picture, just put the KD under the profile picture, and then where the kill streaks are, this year kill streaks are disabled, put the gun attachments or the perks down there, or both. Like, you know, there's plenty of room down there. Um, let's see. Trophy wise, I mean, they got to do something. All the players were complaining about it. They have to have a trophy for all these tournaments. If it's not, but just a little bitty glass trophy like the MVP was last year.
Player of the fucking fitness.
Yeah, MVP player of the weekend, something like that. I mean, it's easy stuff like that would be improvements.
See, like they should do like MVP of the tournament, right?
Yeah.
And then at the last event, pick 5 and 5 of them, and just make a team out of an all-star team.
Yeah,
and then
pick.
At the end, have an all-star fucking team.
Do like the NBA does with the all-star teams, have 2 captains. Yeah, I would like to see that. Have 2 captains, and you know they did that a couple years ago. World War II, I'm pretty sure they did that. They had an all-star game, and I'm pretty sure like a lot of it went to charity. Like a lot of the money and stuff went to charity. I'm pretty sure, but I mean that's fine, you know. It was in London. The event was in London. We already said that a few times, but every time we get a London event, there seems to be technical issues somewhere. Even in CWL last year. But this year, the audio almost the entire first day was messed up. It sounded like we had robots talking to us.
Well, I know they were tweaking around it because they didn't want us to hear the crowd.
I don't even mind hearing the crowd, man. That's part of it.
I like it because it brings me back memories when I used to watch the FIFA shit.
Well, that and like London crowd is crazy, man. I love the London crowd. Just a bunch of drunk, intoxicated Londoners just full sending it.
Everybody
like,
in that motherfucker.
They have no filter. It's always nice. Once they got that done, though, it was pretty easy to watch. There was a couple matches where they messed the hood up with. They didn't put the kill feed on it. People in the chat were pissed about that. They got it fixed though it was in a hardpoint match. They got it fixed by the 3rd hardpoint. Might have been the 2nd hardpoint even. The game though, we talked about this on Twitter a little bit. The game itself, I mean, you have no specialists, none of that. It's kind of boring to watch. Domination.
See, last year was cool because people were like, "Oh, he's about to get the fucking."
He's about to get Tempest. He's about to get Graph Slam.
You hyped it up like that.
Yeah, like they hyped it up, and it was always.
All right, bro. See you later, man.
All right, Zavo. It was always one of those things where a big play was right around the corner. Cause I mean, even after they updated the specialist to where it don't charge automatically, it goes off points and kills. Like you knew that Slasher, for instance, was going to get two war machines a game. Octane and Dashy, man, like Tempest just like flicks, and then score streaks, man. Those change a game quick. Yeah. And then we get into this year. It's just like when Formal was hard. For example, when Formal was hard peaking, or when were they playing? Who were they playing? I think it was Dallas. I'm pretty sure. No, it wasn't Dallas. It was not Dallas. It was the Gorillas. I watched that match again last night just to kind of refresh my memory. The London crowd would be going, oh, and then he would hit a snipe. Appreciate the follow. But he would hit a snipe. He would hit a snipe, and it would go crazy, you know. I just don't see. I don't see anything changing from it being boring this year.
Yeah, that game just.
It's something. The players know too that domination's boring. Not only is it boring to play, it's boring to watch. I'm pretty sure Scump said that on a Dextro interview the other day. I'm pretty sure. We were talking about that. Or not. We were talking about that. He was talking about that, and he's like, I mean, CTF would be a good change, but the maps really aren't built for it. You know. CTF. I feel like CTF could be a good change. There'd only be like 2 maps, maybe 3. You would have St. Petrogard. Like they would have to put it in for St. Petrogard, Gunrunner, and see St. Petrogard, Gunrunner, and like the other one would probably have to be either Hackney or Ramaza. You guys only do COD tourneys. This week we are talking about the CDL events and all that. Next week we're going to be doing a lot more games. We're probably going to have a special guest on next week. Have him
talk about everything, man. Send us questions, whatever you want, man.
Have him talk about some stuff. But yeah, if you have any questions you would like answered, just let us know. I have a couple questions. Matter of fact, let me get into a couple questions that I had sent to me this weekend. I don't need to be on stream on my phone. I gotta go to my whispers. There they are. And Tostada asked me a few questions. One of them was, so does Meatball host this channel for you? What do you mean? One of the questions was, how do you get yourself ready for small competition? We play GBs, ladder matches a lot lately. On this Call of Duty, it's kind of harder to get yourself ready for small competition because, I mean, if you have a mix amp, you're going to win. Yeah, Mike has his own channel as well.
I'll wear it up, man.
The way I get ready for small competition is just going through those reps over and over again, either being pubs or being that we play ladder matches. Ladder matches are free to play. You just need a team of one. You can play. Matter of fact, you can play 1v1 ladder matches. I'm pretty sure, or 2v2s. They're free to play. Just get those reps in. That's all it comes down to, is getting those reps in, getting that practice. It's kind of like scrims, you know. You got to get that practice. Another question is, how do you keep your cool when it comes down to a 1v3? Once again, you just gotta keep your calm, keep your adrenaline down as much as you can. I know a lot of you in my stream know that I've clutched 1v3s, 1v4s, 1v5s, 1v6s. Mike has too. It's one of those things that just experience and knowledge of where players are going to be coming from and if they're going to double chow you or not. If they're going to double chow you, you know that you have to pick one and try to get around the corner, or pick one and immediately transition to the other one before he hits you. Stuff like that. It just comes with experience. What, you got any questions, Mike?
No, I don't have any questions.
Another question I had was, do you think they're going to do the Battle Royale in Modern Warfare? There's a lot of talk about it. Yes, I think they're going to do it, but I honestly think it should have already been done. I think it should have been done to the point where it should have came out. It should come out tomorrow with the season update, you know. It's one of those things that if they wait too long, the game's going to die. I mean, the game's already dying at a pretty alarming rate because they haven't been doing title updates.
Yeah.
I think they've done 2, maybe 3 title updates this whole season since January or since December. And title updates are required to fix some stuff, man. And the way they do title updates is fucked, because you got to download one thing, and you got to go to the store, download another thing, and you got to go to the store, download another thing. Like, if I don't want to play co-op, I shouldn't have to download the co-op stuff, you know. That being said, Season 2 comes out tomorrow, man. CDL playlists. CDL playlist is gonna be one of those that
Um,
it's gonna be
get stale real quick.
it's gonna be hype to start with, but yeah, it'll get stale. Let me pull this picture up. Here's the new stuff coming. Multiplayer maps. We're getting Rust and Atlas Superstore. Old maps coming back. Rust, I don't know, man. They're gonna fuck the spawns up somehow or another. They always do. New ground war map is, I can't even pronounce it. Zokov Boneyard. 2 new gunfight maps, Bazaar and more is what it. Well, it says Bazaar. It says and more, but the and more picture looks like a picture of Rust. Like, it just looks like a picture of Rust from the other angle. So you were talking about the other day they should put Rust in as a 2v2 map. It's looking like it's gonna be. New operator, we're getting Simon Riley, aka Ghost, back. New multiplayer modes, gunfight tournaments, and CDL playlists. I know you got a lot to talk about on these gunfight tournaments, Mike. If you want to talk about that real quick.
Yeah, I'm hyped. They're gonna bring up the 2v2 tournaments back over. Kind of upset they didn't put it on the first season. They put it in zero season. The season before this one.
Yeah, they put it in season 0.
But hopefully this time they keep it in there for a little bit longer. Hopefully they bring in a couple weeks. I know in season 1 they brought up the 3v3 type gunfights. I wish they would bring over the 3v3 gunfights for the tournament.
And I feel like some of the maps
or give you that option. Give you the option you want to run 3v3, 2v3, or 1v1.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like though
open options and just necessarily waiting on 2 weeks or something happens.
I feel like if they're gonna do these gunfight tournaments though, they have to, one, keep it in. Like, you know how like game modes transition from like say shipment and shoot house. They go 1 week shipment, 1 week shoot house. Like, they have to keep that in. There's no, they can't transition it in and out. They have to keep it in there.
It's like Blackout did with the Blackout. They kept Alcatraz all year round. They kept
Hot and Heavy. Hot and Heavy's still on there. At first they transitioned between Heavy Metal and Hot Pursuit, but then after that, like after the game kind of started to end because of its life cycling, let's be honest, their life cycle was only a year long anyway. After the game started to end, it kind of went downhill, and then they brought Hot and Heavy back and combined them, and now a lot of people are playing Hot and Heavy. A lot of people are playing Hot and Heavy. New weapons is the Graw 5.56, so it's going to be, it kind of looks like the Kilo that's currently in the game. It looks like a more, I guess you'd say, older version of the Kilo. Shoots the same caliber. It's a 5.56 gun. It's going to probably have around the same TTK as all the other 5.56 weapons besides the M4, because let's be honest, the M4 is honestly too fast to kill. The other one is the Striker 45, which is the UMP 45 from other Call of Duties.
UMP.
It's the UMP 45 from other Call of Duties. On that gun, I'm predicting it's going to have a 9mm magazine attachment because there's a UMP 9 as well. It'll probably be like one of the second mag attachments you unlock. Let's see. Multiplayer modes is Infected Ground War. That might be kind of crazy. Gunfight variants, so they're gonna sub the variants back in again with 3v3, all that shit, I'm sure, as well as the one where you gotta find a gun. I hate that mode so much because I don't know where any of the guns are. I ain't even gonna lie to you. New operators are getting Talon and Mace. They honestly look like some CS:GO player or CS:GO characters. Oh, new multiplayer map is Candor Hideout. Sounds like a camp fest to me with 725s is what that sounds like. I don't know about y'all. Uh, Another new multiplayer mode, I forgot about this one, is NVG Reinforced, so it's going to be Night Vision Reinforced. There's also another new weapon that's classified. I'm looking at it here. It looks like the Scar H. It kind of looks like the Scar H base. It's got that Scar H look. It don't show the UGG stock because, let's be honest, if it showed the UGG, it has no stock or nothing on it. If it showed that, I mean, everybody would know what it was, but it looks like the Scar H base. Or the Scar L, maybe. Either one. It's got that gray look, or not gray, it's got that tannish look to it, that the Scars have. And the CDL rules come out. Like, that's going to be... At least we ain't got to fuck with riot shields and 725s no more, man. Even though I got my platinum riot shield and my platinum knife. Let's see, there was a couple other things I wanted to talk about. I gotta find them. Won't take me but a second. Oh, yeah, drama. That's what I wanted to talk about. Censor and Scump got into it a little bit. Yeah, like. Alright, so Censor tweeted this out. Here, I'll move it over. So everybody can see it. Here it is. So, Censor tweeted out, "Congrats to the Huntsmen. They were definitely the best team at this tournament," and tagged all of them. So then, the tweet right after that was 16 hours ago. Then 3 hours ago, he said, "Last night at the casino, I congratulated Scump for his championship. And I told him that he's going to see me back on top, or he's going to see me again back on top. He said, before we play you, I'll literally be counting my cash, using that as motivation for my chest workout and 10s later." I responded, "TBH though, anyone is counting their cash. That's a top tier team when they play New York." It's going to be interesting to see what Scump replies to that. All he's tweeted out so far was the CDL London Champs. His last week was 22 hours ago, so it's going to be interesting to see if he replies to that, because you know Scump's a troll. Scump loves trolling people. So what do you think's going to come about that with Censor and Scump?
Nothing. Yeah, alright.
I mean,
that's just ain't gonna.
I mean that's. I like Censor. I feel like Censor don't need any more motivations. What I'm feeling, because I mean Censor is literally working his ass off trying to get a main roster spot, and Censor needs a reign. He needs to take somebody's spot. Like, I don't know if it's the communication again between Temp and Temp and Accuracy, or what it is, but their communication is lacking bad. And like the only time they won this week was in Arcity's, or not. Damn it, I keep saying Arcity's. If Accuracy went off, the only time they would win would be if Lamar was going crazy. I feel like.
And we're done with this.
I feel like that's about it for CDL this weekend. Anybody in chat got any questions, concerns, anything? We'll try our best to answer
them. What do you feel about PP not being there?
I mean, I didn't watch very many death segments, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, me either, because that shit's stale without.
That shit's stale without Katie Bedford.
And then it's fucking Nameless.
Like, you have Nameless there, man. This literally, like, Nameless. They worked well last year when they had Nameless, Study, Katie,
and Pac-Man. They would pack each other, but now it's
they would troll each other, stuff like that a little bit. But this year, it's like none of that shit's going on. You can't. You can't have that, man. It's it's boring. It comes back to the whole being boring to watch. Lottie, she's learning. Lottie's been commentating.
She got better.
She's been,
but it's still.
she's been. I mean, she's doing what she can do. I mean, there's only so much one person can do, you know. Because I don't even remember who the other dude on the desk was, but I didn't like listening to him. So every time the desk segment would come up, I'd legitimately turn it off. Yeah, I think it was rude. I would legitimately turn it off, bro. I would turn it off and go watch somebody stream, and then I would turn it back on after about 5 minutes. If you want me to be honest, perks of that's one perk of it being on YouTube is I don't have to watch ads. I just feel like Teep makes the desk better because Teep knows the game. He's a lot smarter. He's had that coaching experience. I would like to see him bring like the London. Yeah, Teep can give people that know nothing about Call of Duty the information they need to understand the game, to understand what's going on, to understand the routes, to understand the guns they're using, even to understand everything. Like Teep is that kind of person who's gonna inform, and I feel like they need Teep bad. I feel like the London crowd was going crazy because they I don't know if you saw the signs. They had "Bring Back Bedford" and "Bring Back Brohard" as signs. I would like to see them bring back Katie. I would like even if they bring back Katie and set her with Lottie, you know, have them both there. And I mean, Katie don't have to do every event, you know. Just bring her back for a few events. Something
half and half.
Do a few event contract you know, because that desk is boring, man. And Pac-Man, I know they're not going to get Pac-Man back on the desk because he's coaching for Optic. Study, I don't know that Study wants to go back. If you want me to be honest with you, I can't speak for Study. But I feel like Study's enjoying streaming a lot more because he can be more himself and not filtered, you know, by a contract.
I think Study should make a team for amateur bracket.
Oh, that's something else I wanted to touch on was the amateur bracket. Team Singularity. Did you see the interview with him?
Yeah.
He's like, I feel like we could take on 90% of the CDL pro teams, but they wouldn't let that happen because they don't want us to embarrass them and their pro teams look bad. It's like, bro, you're an amateur for a reason. You're playing challengers for a reason. Don't get ahead of yourself. A lot of the subs on these teams have have championships, you know. So, like, a lot of the subs on these teams itself could beat Singularity. Other than that, I'm pretty sure that's about it for this weekend, man. It was a good weekend. It was a good watch. The only thing was the time difference. Time difference sucks. So I mean that was at 5 a.m. for me. It was at 3 a.m. for Pacific time. It was 6 a.m. for you. I
had the best time on it.
Yeah, you had the best time, but. It comes back down to they had a bunch of viewers, but
I watched the first match, fall asleep, and watched the fucking last two matches.
I watched the first two matches and fell asleep. The time zone for the Pacific Coast sucked because I mean they had 100K viewers. If they had the Pacific Coast on there, they would have had a lot more. Because I mean, who the hell's going to get up at 3:00 in the morning to watch Call of Duty? Other than that, this is probably going to be a little bit of a short episode because I mean there wasn't a whole lot of drama that happened after the event this week anyway that we've seen yet.
Yeah.
sometimes that takes a day or two to come out. Anyway, Huntsman, they got him. They got Hexa win on his birthday. I'm gonna show the CDL points real quick for the teams as of right now that was in this tournament. Chicago first, Dallas second, Paris tied for third and fourth with London points wise. New York and Seattle tied point wise, and then Toronto and Gorillas tied points wise. Chicago got 50 points added. Dallas 30, Paris and London 20. The Subliners and Surge 10. Seattle's first points, as a matter of fact. Toronto and Los Angeles still with 0. Other than that, guys, that's probably going to wrap it up. I'm going to end the stream here on the computer and then hop on the PlayStation and start one back up here in probably 5 minutes. 5-10 minutes.
Got a couple matches, ladder matches.
Yeah, we got some ladder matches we're gonna do. I'm gonna grab a quick bite to eat. I'm probably gonna make some toast or some a grilled cheese or something, and I'm gonna hop back on. Until next time, what day you think we're gonna film the next one, Mike?
Monday, man.
I gotta check with BJ. Mondays are a pretty good day usually. But anyway, guys, I will catch you in just a little bit.